Prosecutors laying out their final case for the death penalty in the marathon bombing trial. Today, jurors are hearing closing arguments in the penalty phase of Dzhokhar Tsarnaev's trial. Nicole Jacobs is live outside federal court. Nicole, jurors had some pretty thorough and complicated instructions from the judge this morning.
They did, Chris. The judge went line by line through that verdict slip the jury will ultimately have to fill out and sign. He went through and explained what a heinous crime was, a crime of cruelty, planning, and premeditated murder, as the jury will soon have to deliberate and determine whether or not Dzhokhar Tsarnaev lives or dies. It only takes one to agree to a life sentence for convicted marathon bomber Dzhokhar Tsarnaev, and the 21-year-old could spend the rest of his days in Colorado at the Supermax prison. Attorneys for both sides enter federal court Wednesday in a final word of making their case, one last chance to be heard before a jury of 12 deliberates. Prosecutors determine death is suitable for the use of weapons of mass destruction and for the lives lost. Crystal Campbell, Lingxing Liu, Officer Sean Collier, and Martin Richard. They've called family members, victims, survivors, and experts, shown pictures and video, and provoked emotion through it all. Evidence to the impact of Tsarnaev's actions and the pain he has caused to many. The burden of proof is in their hands. The defense standing by their initial premise, Tsarnaev was controlled and influenced by who they say was the ringleader of the attacks, his older brother Tamerlan. Calling witnesses backing that perspective, speaking to Tamerlan's jihadist beliefs and his anger against Americans. The defense showed photos of a young, smiling Tsarnaev who had friends, teachers, and coaches who all believed in him, family members who loved him. 5 Russian relatives made the trip, all testifying to the Dzhokhar they once knew. Then the controversial nun, Sister Helen Prejean, the only testimony claiming remorse for Dzhokhar. It's a complex decision as indicated through Judge O'Toole's opening instructions, but a decision he says should be a unique and individualized choice, a choice that could be in the jury's hands as early as today. Right now, the jury is hearing from the government. They're closing arguments. Of course, the government is pushing for the death penalty, saying his actions have earned him death. Of course, this is a trial that requires a unanimous decision for death. If not, Dzhokhar Tsarnaev will spend the rest of his life in prison. We're live in Boston. Nicole Jacobs, WBZ News.
Nicole, thank you very much. Jim Armstrong is in court right now for those closing arguments and the sentencing verdict. Follow him on Twitter at Jim Armstrong WBZ. When a decision is reached, we will bring it to you live.